Hello. Start of another week of the live streams. And I would be doing what I had been doing for the last little few live streams of being in the midst of making a short cocktail video for my cocktail channel. But there are things happening in the kitchen that involve chocolate chip cookies and, a few things more important than chocolate chip cookies, quite honestly. All right. Speaking of which, chocolate chip cookies are in the fridge. Hi, Kayla, and hi, Blee, if you're still there. Don't know if you're still there. That message from a little while ago. Sorry, and I'm just checking a message being, super rude and stuff. I think he just wants me to make him a drink. All right, so you get your big glass and all. All right, get you some ice, baby. Something you wanted a cold drink? Vanilla?
Ice.
All right.
Don't even know the rest of the recipe I'm making.
Yeah, I do. I just didn't know you did. 20 years before you were born.
Something born in the wrong generation.
Yep. All right. Actually, I probably should make you some lemonade or something. Checking out a tall drink. So, all right. So, you want some water first. I just got to go over and get some water. And put it in the jug. You can do it. Sorry for wandering off screen. This won't take long. Oh, water. But that. Yeah, make your passion fruit one. Seems like a good idea.
I saw the passion fruit thing at the top.
Yep. Alrighty. So just going to release the trapped Nazgul over here. You'll get the reference if you've watched the Peter Jackson movies. It's probably enough screaming from the machine. Alrighty. Let me double check how much syrup it says to put in. Passiona, classic Australian recipe. It says how much you're supposed to put in. Oh, I'm missing it.
I can read it.
If I put a light on it. Servings, 250 mils. No way. Oh, here it is. 1 part, 10 parts carbonated water. Yep, easy peasy. Use my jigger for that. All right. Passiona. Very 70s flavor. I got that not just to make fizzy drink with. I thought it could be a good syrup for cocktails too. What do we put in it? Just want vodka in it, or are you on?
No, just stick vodka in it.
Oh, I flavored your vodka.
No, you unflavored my
Oh
vodka.
no, this isn't. This is just vodka.
You unflavored my vodka.
Oh no, life's hard.
Man sold my $60 bottle of vodka and yeah, you know what? Vodka's I can stick my $20 vodka in here.
I think the vodka I put in there is better than the vodka was in there.
Yeah, what's the flavor?
Well, it's flavoured now. Jesus Christ, why won't that come off? Yeah, you got big, strong hands, do that.
It's stuck.
All right, well, we'll get the magic opener. Yeah, why is it so stuck? There's no sugar in it. One down, maybe. There it is. Weirdly stuck bottle top. Give me a go.
I don't know how to use this one except for the big jars.
I'll do that. This is super weird. Ah, there it came. Okay. No sugar in vodka. Why was that stuck?
I mean, syrup is peach flavored. Maybe it's sugar peach.
Okay, yes, there might have been sugar in the syrup. Yeah. Okay. There you go. Put up a little. And
No, it's just alcohol.
just alcohol. There you go. Yeah.
Thanks.
There you go. All right. There you go. Okay, got those things out of the way. Kaylee, you need a drink. I'm having a drink. My clarified cocktails. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Also got flavors of coconut and pineapple and orange. It actually only tastes like the fruity bits. It's actually a decent whack of alcohol in there, but it only tastes like the fruity elements, and it's very rich. Yes, that's not how voting works, Cade. Sorry. Just have to check the massage out on here. Sorry. It's just a mess and a boot as we warm up for siphoning. Yes, it's the current midterm elections in the US don't get as dramatic coverage as presidential elections, but it's pretty meaningful in terms of the future of the United States, and of course the future of the United States affects pretty much the whole freaking world. It's like Americans always say, why are you going on about American politics again? Because in some respects American politics can affect the rest of the world more than their local politics can. Okay. So, got to get a thing ready here. Oops. And yes, that's that. Okay. That's out of the way. And that's how we like it. Out of the way. Warm here in Melbourne today, although a bit of rain came through at the end of the day here in Melbourne. Yeah. Okay, there's actually just a little bit of this left. Fuck it. I'm just going to pour the rest of it in my glass. Look it. There you go. Well, that's gone. Well, Lee, you have about JFK. Well, he'd just be dead from old age by now. But yeah, I don't think the zombie president's a particularly good idea. But yeah, do you notice one of the super weird QAnon conspiracies is JFK Jr. isn't dead, and he's for some reason going to be on their side, and he's going to reveal himself, and everything they believe in will come true. People are so fucking weird. See, just still peeling my orange. It's probably only half gone. We finish towards the end of the week, maybe, and then I'll make another one of those clarified drinks with orange juice. I'm gonna go out and get some fruits tomorrow. Shopping day tomorrow. All right. Oh, yes, you were mentioning you spoke to the ambassador. First time in the world we've had a Kennedy in Australia, I think. Not all that sure. Not a thing that I particularly kept track of. So I was just thinking. I have no idea if like, oh gosh, distillery I like, Gospel Rye. Got a rye whiskey that they aged in a stout beer barrel. Oof. Okay. Do I want I'm kind of, yes, I'm in Australia. Oof. Okay. Got to decide if I'm going to buy this special release. Oh, it's big open question for me. What will I do? I'm being Italian Elon Musk. Yes, Lee, you're probably right. You don't want to do political science. All right, yeah, I was actually tuning in thinking. All right, I guess I've got tonight to muse on if I'm going to get this special thing, which they say 4-year-old rye whiskey, dried plum, rhubarb, date, dark chocolate, roasted coffee beans, dulce de leche, vanilla, cardamom, walnut, orange blossom, and cedar with rich and creamy texture. Yes, well, tasting notes are always more than a tad wanky, quite honestly. Oh, that's right. There's a blood moon tonight. I think it's actually too cloudy here to see it. Otherwise, I might run out at 9 o'clock to look for it. But I think there may be no point. Anyways, how's it going? Yes, Cade. MK Ultra is what some absolute fuckwit conspiracy dorks use as their justification for saying ridiculous shit, because MK Ultra really did involve the CIA dosing people with hallucinogens to see what happened, basically, to see if they could be used for mind control. Short answer is no, they can't. A slightly longer answer is if it's done in an uncontrolled way, it can be very dangerous for people. Kayla, yeah, the blood moon is probably going to be really cool because it's a mostly full moon here. But I think it is actually, I think it's just uniformly cloudy here at the moment. Kayla, your moon is white. I think the action is, at least here where I am, the action's supposed to start in about an hour for the lunar eclipse. So, just looking for a look at the radar. All right, that doesn't seem to be working. Yes. There is, in fact, a lot of cloud about. So, raise. Well, yes, media being a mind control tool, it's certainly they certainly are able to sway a lot of people. Yes, Cage, you can see the blood moon all around Australia, I think. There's some variance, depending on when it gets dark where you are and when the moon rises. I think up north, it's a bit better for them. The moon will be higher in the sky when the blood moon happens. So, I think I read it happens, the peak or the action starts at about 9 o'clock, so about an hour from now in Melbourne. But, I'm sure if you look it up online. But like I said, I don't think there's any point in me even abandoning the stream and going outside, because it seems uniformly cloudy out there. So, but I'm in here talking anyway, so I don't really go out and see it. So I guess I'll just resign myself to that. That's the way it goes. I wonder if I should message Aidsy. Don't know if he's up for it, because he wanted to join on Sunday, but then he was not well enough. I could potentially message him, see if I can find him, see if he can join us. Because I know he wanted to say hello. All right. Just texting. No? Okay. What are we doing? Seeing if we can get the AIDSy man. All right. Yes, I don't know. Sometimes then just have to wait a long time for a response. Probably no point me staring at the phone, really. We'll just let that go. What do we got going on here? Okay. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if the mystery. See if your eyes. What's this? Okay, I was just looking at this. Here's a little thing about the blood moon. See if I can give you the highlights. Okay. Oh, okay. So the peak time is actually 10 p.m. So maybe at the end of the stream, I can go out and see if I can see it. 9 p.m. Queensland, 9:30 p.m. South Australia. 8:30 p.m. Northern Territory, 7 p.m. Western Australia. So there you go. So maybe I can see it. Although, as I said, I think it's just uniformly cloudy. So that's a no-go for just from that perspective. Oh well. I'm just looking to see if there's anything significant. Ooh, new bottled cocktails from Archie Rose. I like their bottled cocktails, but I make my own cocktails, so I don't think I'll buy any more bottled cocktails. They have a Sunshine Martini and a Cherry Daisy. Okay, I actually want to read a description of these now that I've seen they exist. Not buying them because no real urge to buy bottled cocktails. Yes, I'm over 18. Okay, so. All right, how do they describe? When it comes in a neat bag. I actually like the bags, don't you? It's a Christmas cocktail. There you go. It's got sunrise lime gin, pineapple, chamomile, and apple. There you go. They recommend topping it with soda or just over ice. So, lime gin, pineapple, chamomile, and apple. Yum. That actually sounds pretty good. Like I said, okay. What's the other one? Cherry Daisy. What's the description of that? It's got lemon-scented gum gin, cherry, raspberry, and celery. Okay. Bursts of cherry and raspberry balanced with aromatic lemon gin. When creating a cocktail inspired, couldn't help but go past cherries. There you go. I mean, honestly, they sound kind of good. $69. Nice. Yes, I'm that stupid. But yeah, that's okay. For that, you get. Actually, was it? Okay, 700 mils for $70. And that's like 7-8 cocktails. That's 7-8 generous cocktails for $70, which honestly, pretty good. So look at me. I'm just doing a commercial for them, and I'm not actually getting them myself. So, but yes, if you went into making your own cocktails and wanted a pre-bottled one, you could do worse. In fact, you'd be struggling to do better, really, because maybe I'll taste it because I do actually still have one of their bottled cocktails in the fridge. I also got cocktails that I bottled. Maybe no, actually, I was also just thinking, I want one of my bottled cocktails. I might do that. All right, just kill that. Okay, that's what I was going to do. Are there any interesting news stories? Oh, yes. We might know something tomorrow, I guess. We'll see. Yes, Satagi considering 5th COVID vaccine. You best believe I'm getting one as soon as they recommend it, because we are staring down the barrel of huge waving cases, and it's quite a while since my last vaccine, and the protection wanes over time. So I absolutely will be getting one as as soon as thing. Oh, wow. Sorry. Looking at the vaccines alphabet, he's saying top exec resigns after urinating on staff. I actually need to watch this. Stunning revelations of a private urination incident have come to light during a grilling in Senate estimates. Senior male executive at the nation's animal and pesticide regulator resigned after he was alleged to have urinated on staff milk. What the fuck? Agricultural Minister seeking an urgent briefing. Chief Executive Lisa Croft was grilled. Occurred at a Christmas party, alleged by a Green senator. Was such an incident reported to you? If so, was there an action taken? She said she was aware, but the incident took place at a private event and not at the organization's office Christmas party. I'm not aware of it in that context, not at a Christmas party. She initially said, I'm aware of the incident that occurred in a private capacity. No, that's why they're calling it a private urination thing. Okay. So people made her aware, but no official complaint was made. Issue was raised with HR and the staff member resigned shortly afterwards. Okay. Some people drink too much at office Christmas parties. I'm just going to say it. Hey, Nettie, you just walked in on the urination story. Yep, that's a pretty wild tale, honestly. Not something I was expecting. I tell you, that actually really caught me by surprise in the news headlines. Yes, Melbourne suburbs drenched as landslip closes lanes on Western Freeway. Ooh. Wow, US man pleads guilty to stealing over $5 billion with a B dollars in Bitcoin from an online black market. That's funny because there have been a couple of really significant thefts. And then what often happens is the person can't do anything with it, as when they try and liquidate it, they get caught. Aldi is bringing back Christmas gin crackers. Okay, I have to check this out. Gin crackers aged at the 18 plus table will be available from November 16. 6 crackers for $40. Premium British gin. Oh, they're actually labeled. Okay. Okay. I'm going to admit here and now I'm sorely tempted to get those Christmas crackers that have gin in them. Wowzers. So yes, Medibank's saying they're not paying a ransom to the people who stole the data, and so the data thieves are saying they're going to just release all the data, and I'm a Medibank customer, so fucking great. Anything else? Oh yes, I think Safa sent me something. There's a new Star Wars project, something called The Acolyte. So it's a streaming series. I thought it might have been a game. Where's the lineup? So the Squid Game star is in it. Jason Mendoza from The Good Place. Neat. He's very funny. Who else? Oh, yes, young Daphne Keane, who was in the movie Logan. Ah. Carrie Ann Moss is in it. Nice. Acolyte is billed as a mystery thriller set in the final days of the High Republic. Center on a Padawan reuniting with a Jedi Master to investigate a series of... so is that the Old Republic? Is this going to be the first thing set in the Old Republic? That's right. Ashoka is meant to be soon. Oh, is there a Lando series? Holy shit. I don't know. Donald Glover playing Lando. He was a good Lando, actually. Lee, Trump gives anyone sane nightmares. Is very dangerous person who emboldens even far more dangerous people. Okay. See, I'm still in my head tossing up getting this limited release special bottle of rye whiskey. And I'm thinking, why the fuck not? Why do I work? Why do I have a job? Why do I do stuff if not to treat myself occasionally? Okay, so it's a Gospel Distillery rye whiskey. I think I only have a little bit left of theirs. Let me double check. That's less than half full. Worth the 52% one. That's what I didn't check. What's the percent on this new one? Kate, if someone said Trump was worse than Hitler, they're a fucking moron. Absolutely ridiculous hyperbole. He's just a piece of shit. It's that simple. Who? 55%. Get the fuck out of town. Man, I think I'm going to get that. Like I said, what's the point in having a job if you don't use it to buy yourself treats? Going to be part of late-staged capitalism. Hey, Safa, how's it going? Yeah, all right, fuck it. I'm getting this. Because nobody can stop me. Like in high proof. Yeah, no, I'm just doing it. Because nobody can stop me. Oh, God, now I've got so much stuff coming in the mail. I don't care. No. Yes, continue to shipping. Free shipping, because I'm spending money. And my credit card. And my secret code. Which was 000. Don't tell anybody. No, fuck off, Windows. Get the fuck out. Intrusive fucks. Hey, can we take over this? No, you can't. Fuck off. Fucking Windows, honestly. Yes. The bank's just telling me, hey, are you buying booze again? It's like instantly I get a text message from the bank like, okay, is that you? I mean, we know it's you. We know it's you buying booze with your credit card. Hey, Maddie, how are you doing? And it's been a little while since I've seen you. Been doing fine, thank you. Yes, I've got a bit of rain in the afternoon. And just commenting on you're supposed to be able to see the blood moon at 10 o'clock. I could try going out after the stream, but I think it's actually complete cloud cover. But I might just go out and have a look anyway. Because you never know. Never know your luck in this big city. Lee remembering Eddie's heart saying cake or death. I do remember that was one of his bits, and I honestly don't remember what it was. Yes, no, Safra, I know the action starts just after 9, but the peak's meant to be at about 10. 9:59, this particular news source was saying. Gonna pour myself another drink. Yeah, I'm just not in the, because I've been super industrious making all those videos during the live streams, because someone was using the kitchen, so I didn't. And it's like, you know what? I don't want to. I just want to fucking sit down and drink some of my bottle cocktails from the Crystal Head vodka bottle. Yeah, fuck it. I don't want to pour. It doesn't seem like much, but that's probably another 2 standard drinks in there. So I'll just. This is a barrel-aged gin old-fashioned, and it's very fucking tasty. Oh, that's good. I mean, you have to like gin and really boozy cocktails. That happens to be me, and it's like slightly fruity and very junipery from the gin, and real good. Picked up some nice fruity flavors from the barrel, from all the other things that have been in there. So yeah, little taste treat, my barrel-aged gin old-fashioned. It's only Tuesday. Ugh. Okay. Yes. It's a bit warm. Not used to the warm. Sorry, Safa, did who shave their beard? Oh, so sorry, Lee. That was contextual. I didn't understand it. The Eddie Izzard bit was about if England were the Nazis. Yummy, yummy, yummy. I've got a strong cocktail. And I'm just cruising through. I was a bit tired this afternoon. Sorry, Safra, I don't understand the context of that, what you're saying. Or are you seeing something that I can't see? Because that's a weird thing that happens sometimes. A thing that I still do not understand. Why are you asking if I shaved? I'm on the screen. That's why you're confusing me. It's like beard. Are you on really low resolution, or am I on really low resolution? Is my internet breaking up again? Beard's actually longer than it's been for a little while. Lee, gin and tonics are okay. It obviously depends on the gin and the tonic. I'm not huge on tonic, but there are particular times gin and tonic a nice drop. And I actually have some quite high quality tonics here. So but I don't often drink with mixers. I do sometimes. Like I've got some nice ginger ale that goes well with a couple of things. Gin is one of them. Rum as well. Actually, it's nice ginger ale. It goes well with everything. With whiskey and rum and gin. So Jokes on you, Cade. I don't have a soul, so I don't know what you're looking at. I went into the office today. This is what I wore to the office today. Martini shirt. So I was worried these would be a bit much. And I just said to the team, what do you reckon? And they went, fucking go for it. And then other people have been saying they actually quite like that I'm wearing colourful shirts. I mean, this one's not so, it's got a bit of colour on it, but it's black with all splashes of colour on it. Many of the other ones are much more colourful. Oh, and I am getting some new ones. Who knows when? Sometime in the next couple of weeks. Very vague. Get them, from this Chinese warehouse, and they can take 2 months. But shit being what it is, I don't cause a huge scene about it taking a while. Hot tip, kids. If you were going to order anything online for anywhere for Christmas presents, order it nowish. Don't order it 2 weeks before Christmas, assuming it'll arrive, because deliveries, and it might, but deliveries are going to be for shiz and the lead up to Christmas. You want Christmas presents for someone? I suppose Australian retailers got onto that whole Black Friday thing. That's not till the end of November, is it? I wonder how quickly my gospel whiskey's going to get here, because I've also got a Starward whiskey coming. So I've got a bunch of things coming in the mail. Shirts, Starward whiskey, 15th anniversary, limited edition, gospel whiskey. So much coming in the mail. Little presents in the mail. Little presents to myself. So for dinner, we decided to make it our weekly takeaway tonight, mostly because Younger's Angry is going away for a couple of weeks with some friends of hers, sort of end of uni year shenanigans. So good luck to them. Got ramen, basically. It's absolutely spoiled for ramen places in the surrounding area here. Got ramen with chicken and some gyoza, dumplings, in other words. It's good. It's very good. Everyone's happy. Yeah. Yes, Kayla, I'm glad you're on board. Order now for Christmas. Particularly because I have friends who work in logistics and order fulfillment, and they get abused by dickheads all the fucking time. The color, it's probably not coming through on the webcam. The color is actually a light blue-green. So it's actually a bit more colorful in person than it's probably looking across the webcam. But yes, the overwhelming black of the shirt, very Melbourne. Very, very Melbourne. So yeah, not so colorful as many of my other shirts. Is it lime green? That's kind of like a blue green. It's a very light blue green. So yeah, I was just thinking, what's the actual date? Black. So it's the 25th of November. So the online sales will be happening in 2 weeks. Yeah, you might, if you get something then, you might get it for Christmas, but you might not. So you got to remember, deliveries are going to be all wackadoodle. But every time they have these big sales, I keep thinking I might get noise cancelling headphones. because I'm not as agitated by loud places as a few people I know, but I semi-regularly end up in places where it's just like, fuck no, I can't deal with this. And actually, if I had, I could get noise cancelling earbuds. And then that doesn't look quite as weird. It just looks like I have a hearing aid in, which I, honestly probably should have one. And yes, for Cyber Monday 28th, although they all friggin' they're so desperate for sales, they spread out the sales quite a bit. So yes, sales in 2-3 weeks. I suppose there's a reasonable chance anything you order will get to you before Christmas, but that's about the latest I'd leave it. So yes, I may get noise cancelling headset. You prompted that thought yourself, Safo, when you said do it. What do I think about Mountain Dew? I don't mind Mountain Dew. I almost never drink it. They do have the caffeinated Mountain Dew in Australia. In fact, they have caffeinated sugar-free Mountain Dew in Australia, which I occasionally have. Not very much. I used to drink Mountain Dew a lot. That whole sort of lemon lime flavor they have, I quite like. I mean, the dominant flavor in Mountain Dew is sweetener. But I don't mind Mountain Dew. Ugh. I'll put this back. Oh gosh. I'm just looking at things that have been sitting in the fridge for a while. And I should probably use them. What the fuck is that? Okay. I think I have to throw that out. I don't remember what that is. Jesus. You know what? Freeing up space. Just a little bit of this left. Just a little bit. This is my clarified spiced rum punch. So, I can justify to myself having this one more drink because this is comparatively low alcohol. The last one, the gin old-fashioned, that was comparatively high alcohol. An all booze drink, in fact. Because this one, the clarified spiced rum punch, A, has some juices in it, and B, is milk clarified, so that diluted it a little bit more again. And it's a super fucking treat. And because I've used it all, I might make some more. Oh man, that's good. Yes, I do want to make some more of that because it's really good. And yes, I have seen that Lee Trump has been suggesting that he may officially declare he's running for president next week. Then again, he might not because he's a coward and a loser who's scared of losing. And I think he's feeling threatened by the absolute piece of shit from Florida, Ron DeSantis. He's such a garbage person. And he's basically just learned from all of Trump's playbook, but is a bit more dangerous and calculating than Trump is. Because virtually the only thing that limited Trump was his, quite honestly, lack of intelligence and his out of control ego that just had him crashing around all over the place. And Ron DeSantis, also a steaming pile of shit, has learned very much from the Trump playbook, but is also capable of seeing Trump's weaknesses and does his best to not display the worst of Trump's weaknesses. Who knows if it'll work for him? Who fucking knows? I just feel like we are witnessing the collapse of the American empire, which is freakishly fucking dangerous for the entire world. It's like we don't have enough problems, and we have that, and it's just like, great. I'm getting mighty sick of living through events of historical significance because it's real fucking stressful, quite honestly. Living through these incredibly portentous times. I could do with, things fucking calming down a bit. So Biden versus Trump 2 is Rocky 2. I know they're more like about Rocky 5 because they're both too old. I mean, it will be fascinating to see what happens in these midterm elections because normally, based on previous historical occurrences, the Democrats would cop an absolute pasting in these midterms. But there's at least some indications the Republicans have overstepped and they might get a nasty shock. I'll tell you what, though, if the Republicans take the House and or the Senate, it's like, that's abortion rights completely gone. That's any protection for queer people completely gone. There is just, it's if the Republicans do well, it will reward just the absolute worst of people, and it will embolden the absolute worst of people, and we will be in for extremely ugly times, just horrifically ugly times. Megaleech, hello. I didn't even do the obvious mean segue there. I'm trying cheer up. Is there any brighter news? I mean, probably not. When was the last time there was bright news? Honestly, that little bit about the Star Wars cast in the new project is a bit interesting. Ooh, an urgent Google Chrome warning for millions. What's that? Oh, yeah, plugins. Yeah, you don't want to do that. Yes, now I saw that a while ago. Well, I'm not stupid enough to install things like that on my computer, so that's okay. Oh dear. Sorry, there's so many fact checks on fucking Twitter and fucking Musk is ridiculous. Oh dear. So if I don't, sorry, this sounds really vain. I don't need a plugin for cocktails. Like to make my own and research my own. Speaking of which, maybe I can come up with another barrel-aged cocktail. Use up some of the many gins I have. Let's look at the Death & Co. cocktails on gins. What was the one I had here? Seem to have something bookmarked. The 4 in hand. That's the super strong one that I've got there. It's Manhattan Transfer, Rye, Vermouth, Ramazzotti. Classic and vintage. Where's some of your funky gin cocktails? Here we go. Okay. Now, I don't want shaken ones. I want stirred gin cocktails. Here we go. Botany. Oh, fuck me. Knocking stuff over. Gin. Calvados. Elixir Combia. Verjus. So here's the thing. I have Verjus. So if they actually have these robots that make cocktails, I know. And they're shit. And I like making my own. What's this? Gin and Punta Mez and an Amaro? I mean, maybe I could do that. The European Union. Gin, Vermouth, Calvados, Strega, Chinar Town. Gin, Vermouth, Chinar. Ooh, I could do something like that. So that's like a winter martini. Sweet vermouth and Amaro, as opposed to dry vermouth. A Gonzalez, Gin, Punta Mez, Maraschino, Geneva, white creme de cacao, cane sugar. That's an interesting one. Gin, Punta Mez, Chino, and La Maxo. An Imperial March. That's a Star Wars fan right there. Gin, sherry, cookie americano, maraschino. Oof, I'm absolutely going to make a batch cocktail, one of those gin ones, because I've got a shit ton of gins there. I'll look at which ones I can maybe empty a bottle. And Cade, no, the American political system doesn't really work apart from for vested interests. Not altogether sure why they do it that way, but they do. Oh, Dr. Abigail, I do feel more relaxed now. Everything feels a bit more in control now that you're here. And you have chocolate. I have, look, I'm going to show what I had earlier. Oh, where are they? Ugh. Look at them. Fresh made chocolate chip cookies. Young Ms. Angry Maid. She's taking those away. She goes on a trip with friends, but we had tasting ones here in the house. Super. And I had it when they were still really hot. Just like hot and gooey. It was so yummy. So yummy. Yes. So I had like 1.5. I had one, and then one got broken. And young Miss Angry says, well, you can have the broken one. So I had like half the broken one. Because Miss Angry snatched it right out of, and she didn't. I'm just making it sound terrible. She said, what are you having? And I went, oh, the broken one. I went, do you want some? And to which, of course, she said yes, because they're yum. No, you're not. Sorry. I stopped looking at these, and now I want to look at them again. Gin Ricky, Martini. That's the classics. All right, gin shaken. Gin stirred. So, some very interesting mix. Jesper. Gin, sherry, aquavit. The Joy Division. So they're either fans of indie, new wave, or Nazis. Gin, vermouth, Cointreau, absinthe. Key Party. Gin, gentian. I'm definitely gonna make one that's gin, sweet vermouth, and probably a sweet liqueur, and an amaro. Puntamez, strega, cinar, Lesatil, Geneva, Caramaro, Light and Day Gin, Chartreuse, Maraschino, Lucino's Delight, Gin, Vermouth, Maraschino, Amaro. That's the one I'm going to make. Something like that. Gin, Sweet Vermouth, Maraschino, and Amaro. Huh. Gin Aquavit. Okay, Lucino's Delight, invented by Phil Ward in 2007. Phil Ward's a bit of a legend. That's the one I'm going to make. That's the one I'm going to make. So, Dr. Will went to the beach. It's not going. Oh gosh. Yeah. Okay. I can see that being a somewhat cause of anxiety. So I got the Muppet theme in my head for some reason. I mean, the reason is probably because Muppets live in my head. That would be it. So just after 9. And I'm only half Tim Smithed, but that's probably as Tim Smithed as I should get on a Tuesday, really. Really. What can I have to... Oh, actually, I made that Pathiona drink. I could have some Pathiona drink. So I just need to check some... This is the thing I got. Just little Betty Windsor's drop of choice. Dubonnet, French wine. Ugh. It's all in low contrast. I need my white. No, Safra, I can't in good conscience say you should get Tim Smithed on a Tuesday night. Dubonnet, created in Paris. Pernod Ricard, France. This is the real deal. I did get told someone in America, if they buy Dubonnet in America, it's actually made in Kentucky. I think this is a product of France. I think from an Australian importer. Yep, product of France. So yeah, I just wanted to check because I did see someone on YouTube who didn't like the Dubonnet he got, and he said it was actually from Kentucky. So he made a syrup out of it, actually, which he said was very yummy. I only got that. It was really funny. When little Betty Windsor popped her clogs, people found out like her favorite drink was gin and Dubonnet. Everywhere sold out of Dubonnet because they don't usually sell that much. And then I think what happened was Dan's ordered a whole bunch of Dubonnet because they'd sold out, and then no one wanted it anymore because they'd forgotten all about little bit Betty Caboodle Schnitzer dying. And so I actually got that really cheap. And Safa, I do not particularly like green tea. I don't particularly like black tea. I like black tea more than I like green tea, though. And yes, Dr. Abigail speaks the truth, Kate. It would be making my life much simpler. So, I just don't want to deal with unnecessary shit, basically. So I got that, and I still haven't even opened the bottle. I haven't done anything with it. What is it? Oh, right. Sorry, there's a whole bottle of some juice. Safa, if I drink tea, which is extremely rare, it's with milk and sugar. Like, it's extremely rare. I probably don't drink tea more than once or twice a year. But here's the thing. Like, the way I like milk clarified drinks, the old traditional milk punches almost always had tea in them, like black tea, strong black tea, because one thing the clarification process does is strip the harsh tannins out of tea, strips the astringent flavors out of, so you get the tea flavor kind of without the bitterness. And with that in mind, here's the thing I made that I haven't used yet. Look at this. This is a spiced tea, essentially. This is I actually forget what flavored black tea. It was a black tea. It was a flavored black tea. And there's also like cinnamon and cardamom and cloves and other kitchen spices. And this was made with the intention of being a component in a milk punch. And I haven't made one yet, but I will. Might do it this week. I've been meaning to for a while. So you get, and I had a little taste of this, and it's bitter, but if I use that as a component in a milk punch, the sort of base tea flavors should be there without the bitter elements. So yeah, I may actually make that later this week or on the weekend. A spiced milk punch. Well, that's just like begging for some rum, really. Some fruit juice, some tea, some rum. Be a tasty treat. And it would be comparatively low alcohol because obviously no alcohol in the tea either. But there's nothing wrong with that, having a tasty punch that's not particularly high alcohol. That's my version of being responsible. So, that was 7 Pationa. I don't think I want a great big. You know what I'm going to do? I got this unusual sounding tonic, and I might. This is it, the Cappy's Garden Tonic. Might make myself a gin and tonic with it. Or actually, I've got this one over here. Okay, which one of these was alcohol 35? Okay, Imbue's barrel aged liqueur. Right. It's kind of like drinking water. God damn it, why won't this come off? I'm astounded at how this thing works, actually. It's so reliable for getting the lids off bottles and jars. Let's put that in there. And let's put a bunch of that in there. Fuck it. This might get me off Tim Smith. There you go. Finish that. Do, 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 do. I noticed. Oh, sorry, we're talking about teas and whatnot. I noticed the supermarket have those bubble tea things now, and I've very much been considering getting one of those and using them as a component in a cocktail because they seem very interesting. Wow. Ooh. Whoa, that's a trip. That's a whole spectrum of flavors in there. Honey, herbs, finishing with a little bitterness from the tonic, like, and not bitterness in a bad way, just a little bit, so it's like lingering on the palate. That is really interesting. Mm. All right, that'll see me through a little bit. Oh, you do lemon in the tea, Dr. Abigail. You see, I'm not a sophisticated tea person. I know some people like lemon in the tea, but not so much of me. So just keep doing the Mario voice, and I don't know why. Do 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 do. I just thought of something. Okay. Let me do this. All right, the card. I just need to send a message. Do 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 do. Come on. Oh, okay. So I don't think Washina needs you tonight because I didn't get a reply to a massage. I'll just remind him again about streams later in the week to see if he maybe feels up to it later in the week. Because I know he is suffering somewhat at the moment, physically, as it were, with super mega gross infections on his legs and feet, which have been getting progressively worse over. They've just been a problem for him for a while, a year or two. I can't even remember. So again, time is meaningless. COVID has made time meaningless. I don't know if AIDS's been dealing with this for a year or 2 years or longer, because I have no sense of time anymore. So if I think AIDS does get a bit of pollen asthma, and it does. There's all the big warnings for Melbourne people this week. Bad pollen week with a possible super warning with a thunderstorm on Thursday. Ugh. One of the things, what is the weather saying at the moment? Because it seems to be changing. Still saying 28 tomorrow, though. And then going down a little. But they reckon not raining tomorrow. They reckon this little bit of rain we got today will go away tomorrow. Huh. But then, yeah, Thursday's maybe a thunderstorm. And then a bit more rain at the end of the week. Maybe a weekend. Oh, well, this is just like scintillating live stream content. Ugh. So, yes, apologies for talking about the weather. Oh, see, that's harsh, Safa, wanting ice cream when you don't have any. I was going to have some ice cream tonight. Again, I don't want to be mean, but I have some. But then Young Was Angry made these cookies. I went, oh, well, that's my dessert. I don't need to have ice cream as well. I will have the fresh, warm, gooey cookie. And that'll be fine. Hey, Jude, in another time zone. How are you doing? Nice to see you. Oh, excuse me. You excited about your midterm elections, Jude? I should have ice cream on the stream. Kayla, you think your moon's turning red? Yeah, it should be starting to now. If you can see the moon, it should be starting to turn red now, with the peak happening in about 40, 45 minutes. So, yeah, I think I will go out and look when I finish the stream. Oh, Kayla, big questions. Favorite ice cream flavor? See, of course, that question is a lot more imprecise since you go to these places that have all the wacky flavors and they have one-off flavors. My favorite type of ice cream is going to those places that have all the custom flavors. So I can't really say what's my favorite because there'll be something new and different there. My favorite ice cream place in Melbourne, which I have not been to in a while, is Seven Apples near St Kilda Beach. And now, in fact, I want to look and see if they're still there, hoping they haven't been claimed by COVID. Seven Apples Gelato on Ackland Street. Since 2001, they've been in St Kilda for 20 years. There you go. And they do food trucks too. They have a little mini one in Chadstone, I think. But yes, their original place is on Ackland Street in St Kilda. Man, now I've thought of it. Now I want to go there. Go down to Ackland Street, St Kilda, and Seven Apples. Hey, Justin, how's it going? Judy's living in a cauldron of microbes. Oh, holy crap. You tried not wearing a mask for the first time in 2 years and already caught COVID immediately. Yeah. Ugh, it's bad. Justin, big questions. Is the blood moon a bad omen? That's a fun autocorrect your thing did there. I don't know what a Normandy is. Bad omen for the US election. I mean, I hope not. Who the fuck knows? Yeah, well, we'll all know tomorrow, I guess. Or at least have a strong indication tomorrow. We'll see which way the wind is blowing. Because like I said earlier, historically, the Democrats should cop a pasting in this midterm. If they don't get really brutalized, they'll probably feel okay about the result. But if they retain control of the Senate and the House, they will be ecstatic. That is not the most likely outcome. The most likely outcome is they lose control over at least one. If they lose control over both, I feel we are going to see the complete fucking of the US democratic process at that point. I think you'll just see the beginning of the end of the American empire, if we haven't already seen the beginning of the end. But we'll see. Well, yes, Jude, just saying that the normal cycle is the Democrats will get a pasting, but the Republicans may have overreached with their abortion bans. But pure and simple, if as I've already said this once this stream, if the Republicans get the House and the Senate, abortion rights are gone. Human rights for queer people are gone. Basic rights for non-white, non-Christian people are under a lot of threat. And yes, you're right, Justin. There are wackos overseeing elections. The state level elections are very important. Well, Jude, at other times I might call that hyperbole, but I have very genuine concerns. If the Republicans were to win both the House and the Senate, that would be the emboldening of the absolute worst people on the planet. And I think we would see some absolutely fucking horrific action in the next couple of years if that was the case. Mind you, if the Democrats can't mobilize people to vote when the Republicans have given them such clear angles like abortion rights, minority rights, etc., if the Democrats can't effectively communicate on that and mobilize voters, maybe people are just fucked. Sorry, I got bored and said, because I got my little pointy skewer, I thought, can I poke holes in this lid? And I can. That looks like a salt and pepper shaker. Yes, Safa, but see, compulsory, there's this ridiculous mythos that has been mainstreamed in America of the rugged individualist and freedom and whatnot. And far too much of the population has been sold the idea that compulsory voting would be communism. And statistically, around the world, in general, we have seen compulsory voting does not work in favor of conservative parties. Yeah, Justin, that voting all the public offices in the US is fucking deranged as far as I'm concerned. You get this ricochet, it's the purest democracy, and it's not. You just see overwhelming of like the election of law enforcement people in the US is just, it's such a fucking scam, and it is abused so much. It's absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, it's just, I don't want to do make a statement any more complex than shit's fucked up, yo. Because it is. So that's basically how it goes. Good question, Safa. The US has something equivalent to our electoral commission, but again, it's the weirdest thing where people are elected to these administrative positions. And you've had all these freaks all across multiple states in the US basically explicitly saying they would never if they get in the position where they're in control of the election results, they will never validate a democratic win again. It's just these people are just openly saying, yes, if I have the power, I will absolutely overthrow democracy. And it's like, yay. Jude, it does feel like there's parallels. Collapse of empire is but Rome didn't have nukes, and Rome did control a lot of the world's economy, to be fair. I was about to say, because I was thinking of the degree to which US influences the world economy. But I thought, no, actually, Rome had a really significant effect on much of the world's economy because of the way they invaded and conquered much of the world. So lots of parallels, I think. But it's like, yeah, empires crumble. That's the thing they do. It's just this is the first time we've had an empire crumble that possessed nuclear weapons. Well, actually, the USSR. I think Russia controls most, if not all, the USSR's nukes. I'm not an expert. Maybe someone who's an expert would be able to answer that. I don't remember seeing any scary stories about rogue former Soviet states having nukes, but maybe they do. You know what I feel like? I feel like having a chippy thing to go with this drink before I go to bed. I want a different taste in my mouth. Scusa me for a secondo as I go across to the Forbidden Cabinet of Wonders. These things. Hello, Lindsay. Yeah, your dish. Go check out your dish. There is leftovers in your dish, Mimsy. Oh, okay. Another commercial. I love these things, Cornitos. Just one of them is very tasty. And it's such a contrasting flavor to the drink. It's like leveling out my palate a bit. Yeah, and I'm going to eat a lot of them. Toast too. That's good. That's leveled out my palate. The bitterness from the tonic was building up a little on my palate. So I needed something contrary. Oh, Miguel, you caught up. Nice. With a high-speed viewing. Oh, dear. What you doing now, Mimsy? Did you eat all those leftovers? Yes? Okay. Weird cat. Yes, but actually, speaking of cats, if you were on my Discord, you would have got to see my possible fictional cat, Shadow, because Mimsy is actually a member of my Discord. And Mimsy posted a picture of her and Shadow. So still just futzing around with Discord, not sure what I'm going to do with it. Feels like something, yeah, maybe you could grow something with it. Maybe it could be worthwhile. I'll just mess around with it, not put too much importance, expectation on it. I did like your comment, Megaleech, because the picture has actually. I'll share the picture. Okay, I will actually share the picture so you'll understand. Oops, that was the wrong button. So you'll understand Megaleech's comment. So because they're like back to back like that, they're like a reflection. So Megaleech launched the conspiracy theory that's just been photoshopped. It's flipped and colorized in Photoshop. So yeah, and the way they're sitting, it does actually just look like it's flipped. Yes, Jude, they're bookends. So you're going to come up and say hello, Mimsy? What are you doing? Wandering around being a little weirdo. That's what you're doing. Answering my own questions here. Mimsy is a weirdo. That's what I'm saying. What's she doing? Actually, I don't want to encourage her to jump on my lap because the pants I'm wearing aren't particularly thick, and if she uses her claws to hold on, it will dig into my actual flesh, which she does not seem to understand. That's a bad thing. I tell you what, Dr. Abigail, Shadow thinks today's the day I'm going to eat Shadow. She always acts like that. Oh, Jude. Love the pun. Would be fake muse. Nice. Yeah, so. All right, well, Mimsy's just wandering around, wondering if anyone dropped any food on the kitchen floor. And sadly, Mimsy, I don't think they did. That little bit of leftovers you got, that was it. She would have liked the chicken I had for dinner tonight, actually. Chicken and noodles was ramen was very fucking yummy. Don't know that she likes ramen, but she would have liked the chicken. I don't know, Mimsy. If you're really lucky, I might cook something that you like tomorrow, and just specially for you, drop a little bit on the ground so you get a treat. Yes, Jude, she's a Roomba. She's basically a Roomba. I may have mentioned that Mrs. Angry's Lad has taken to adopting injured pigeons lately. I think Pigeon has appeared once or twice on the stream. He brings home injured pigeons and nurses them back to health. And one he's got, which was a juvenile, really acts like a Roomba, sort of pecks at the grout between the tiles in the kitchen and seems to find edible stuff there. So good luck to the pigeon, I guess. He actually received a package a package from Ukraine this week. I think he found out about online and ordered it, a handmade thing, pigeon pants. It's basically kind of this pigeon nappy for people who are looking after pigeons. If you can put it on the pigeon, if the pigeon consents to putting on, I think their wings are contained in it, so they can't sort of flap around or fly away. But it is like pants. It's designed to stop the pigeon shitting everywhere, like they shit in the pants. So it's a pigeon nappy. I have not yet seen the pigeon pants on. If the pigeon pants on becomes a thing, I will attempt to get a photo of the pigeon wearing pigeon pants and share it on the stream. On my Discord or like an Instagram or something, the socials. So, what you doing, Mimsy? Mrs. Angry and her son are watching British cop shows like, crime and murder shows. What you doing, Mimsy? You going to go to the big thing wherever I can see? Go up one wherever I can see you. Go up here. Go up here. No, don't jump on me. All right. She's staying out of sight. Whatever. It's all a bit much, Mimsy. It's all a bit much. What are we going to do, Mimsy? What are we going to do? Ridiculous cat. All right, she's coming over to sit on my leg. It's not my lap because my legs are spread. Good question. Short answer, not me. But has anyone else been listening to Taylor Swift's album? It's proved to be quite popular, I believe. I have not listened to it. It's not the sort of thing I usually listen to. So I cannot vouch for the Taylor Swift album, but I have noticed from what people have been saying online, it does seem to be very popular. I'm just patting Mimsy just off camera. I understand, just out of frame, patting her. She's being a big sook and wanting attention. And she's wondering, when are you going to go to bed and then I can sit on you? Like, no, I don't like when you sit on me. You can sleep. It's like she finds it therapeutic to sleep between my legs because when I wear my headgear, my sleep apnea machine, the breathing machine that stops me ceasing breathing while I'm asleep, it's easier to set that up lying on my back. Although at some point not, I usually end up on my side. When I lie on my back, I sort of like sleep like this with my legs, and Mimsy likes to lie between my legs. I think she finds it reassuring and safe to have a leg either side of her. So Kaylee, you haven't heard it yet. Oh, so the world doesn't know, Dr. Abigail, but Taylor Swift is your wife and you love her forever. Well, now the world knows, and it all makes more sense. Oh, yeah, Jude. I had the sleep study start of last year, and the sleep study said I stopped breathing 30-odd times an hour. So now I have the sleep apnea machine, and it reduces the events by 90 to 99%. So it can vary a lot, actually. The events can vary from like 1 over a whole night to 3 an hour. And 3 an hour is way better than 30-odd an hour. So that's what I mean by it reduces the incidence by somewhere between 90 and 99%. So that's good. Safa, this is not a thing I make notes of. Latest time I have ice cream. I maybe have ice cream just before bed. I don't know. I don't know. Oh. I have these little desserts. I have them in Coles. Maybe they have them Woolies too. But you microwave them. There's different little sort of pudding desserts with a sauce in them. And you microwave them for 30 seconds and then put them on ice cream. And then you get a little pudding with hot sauce on it. And there's a whole bunch of different flavors. And they're fucking yum. And But they just sit in the cupboard before you microwave them. They keep for ages. Got a bunch of them. The dude, you're saying that's what you get. Well, Charlie, who used to come on the stream sometimes, I think he was saying his sleep study showed he stopped breathing like 70 times an hour. Like his was twice as bad as mine, basically. So when I said I had 30 odd events an hour, he's like, those are rookie numbers. You got to push those numbers way up. He was getting like 70 odd events an hour, which is wild. That means more than once a minute he stopped breathing. Mind you, if I remember rightly, I've still got the actual sleep report somewhere. But not only was I averaging 30 odd a minute, I think the longest time, so there's a period where I didn't breathe for 45 seconds or something. So not good. And apparently, most medical opinion says sleep apnea puts all sorts of stresses on your body and can have a whole spectrum of negative health implications. Put strains on your heart, put strains on your lungs. It's like bad. Snoring can be a sign of sleep apnea. Snoring means you are breathing, but the breathing is blocked. The breathing is impaired. That was another. So if you have sleep apnea, you snore really loudly, and Mrs. Angry will vouch for that. Before I started wearing the CPAP machine, I snored a lot, and I snored loudly. So the CPAP machine, A, protects my health and makes me breathe. B, reduces the amount of snoring. Oh, that's right. Yeah, well, Justin, you actually had to have surgery, didn't you? Oxygen levels went down to 60%, supposed to be over 90. Yeah. That's the thing we got because Mrs. Angry, who works in the health department, during the earlier COVID peaks, was delivering oximeters to people who'd tested positive. And yeah, it's like your blood oxygen levels meant to be very high. Like you think 90% sounds good. It's not. It's meant to be like 97% or something. Speaking of things that are yummy, I got a maraschino cherry that's been sitting in my drink all night. Just gonna eat that. Oh, I see a miscommunication happening between Safa and Megalich about hot sauce. Megalich meant spicy. Safa meant just hot sauces, sweet sauces that go over desserts. So, Jude, you're saying when Richard had a stroke, he said he slept longer, which meant that he, had less oxygen. Yeah. So, I mean, it's a little bit of a hassle putting on my CPAP machine each night. I've been doing it for like a year and a half now, I think. But the fact that it's protecting my health and, yes, making it a bit less likely I have a stroke, a bit less likely that I have a heart attack, these things are good. All right. Oh, yeah, people trying to take... Sorry, looking at news sites, people trying to take pictures of the blood moon. Okay, unpleasant news stories. Trump favorite Carrie Lake is one of hundreds of midterm candidates who claimed the 2020 election was stolen. She could win in Arizona. Yes, there are various scary and deranged people in the US. Oh, goodness gracious me. Crypto scams on a dramatic rise, warn ASIC deputy. Yeah, well, just don't. Crypto's bad. That's fun. A Melburnian converted his nonna's Fitzroy North house into a nostalgic Italian sub shop. I mean, that sounds like fun. Ah, yes. We actually got this warning about. So, okay, so with super huge numbers of mosquitoes with the flooding, there's heightened warnings of Japanese encephalitis. So watch out for mosquitoes, basically. Oh gosh. Sorry. This is funny. Ticket scalpers are selling in-demand bookings for Melbourne restaurant Che. You would have to be a fucking loser to do that. Buy tickets from a scalper for a restaurant. Rarefied world of tiny tasting menu restaurants and their sought-after seats has entered the stratosphere. Ticket scalpers are now targeting one of the city's hardest venues to book, Che. 6-seat Korean restaurant opened in the Dandenong Ranges. Invite guests to tour the kitchen garden, see their many ferments, dine at the kitchen counter for $95 a head. Open for just 4 services a week. Che releases bookings 1 month at a time, which are snapped up in just 10 minutes. Couple decided to cancel the scalped seats, ban the individuals involved from booking at Che in future. We're only aware of 2 tickets sold this way. You'd have to be a fucking loser to buy scalp tickets to a restaurant, in my opinion. So, Megalich, you've seen the blood moon arising. Nice. Hmm. Sorry, it looked like a pretty wacky video. Crazy moment, huge shark leaps on board fishing boat. Mako sharks, world-renowned jumpers nicknamed Blue Dynamite, been known to leap up to 6 meters out of the water. Can grow up to 4 meters long. This one was 2.5 meters, was on the boat for several minutes before it went back into the ocean. So it's like the boat, fish landed on front of the boat, and they were all behind the windshield and protected. Lucky he didn't leap on the back of the boat. That's where everyone was fishing. Would have been a different story. Sharks, they're wacky. It's just Ooh, a Sydney teenager pleads guilty to using the Optus data breach information to blackmail customers. What a fucking tool. It's so funny, the fact that I work in cybersecurity. Just looking at all the articles about the data breaches and whatnot, and just telling everyone, like, well, you better not cut our fucking budget because we're trying to stop this from happening here. It's a whole thing. Seriously, it's like more. Oh, here's a fun one. Runaway murderer Lord Lucan alive and living in suburban Brisbane. Okay, that's fucking weird. Again, I don't remember the specifics about it, but there was a huge mystery. The UK guy accused of murder who disappeared and was believed to be dead, Lord Lucan, but now someone's saying they've identified him living in Brisbane, which is pretty fucking funny, honestly. Yeah. Well, it's almost 10. I feel like I'm fading. I want to go outside and see if I can see the blood moon. So I might dip out just slightly early. And hope all you fine people take care of yourselves. I will probably be back on Thursday night. And I will see you another time, I guess. So please take care of yourselves. And until I see you all again